Okay, so in this video, we are going to be talking about some things to never ever do on Fiverr, and specifically some words to never use on Fiverr throughout their messaging system. So basically, the thing that you need to know is that in Fiverr's TOS, it says that you cannot take anyone off of Fiverr or try to attempt to contact anyone off of Fiverr. Now, speaking from personal experience, especially when I was first starting, I don't know how these people found my number. I don't know how they found my contact info, but they did. And a lot of buyers would try and call me. And it was a real time waster because a lot of these people, they didn't even know what types of things they were buying in the first place. And then they wanted to have discussions about it, and it was really bad. So there's a good reason why it's for your benefit and for everyone's benefit that you don't contact people off of Fiverr and don't encourage that. Now, getting even more important into what you'll be using into your day-to-day is in the messaging system, you cannot use words like email. And I'm going to show you why. There, boom. Terms of service reminder. Providing email, Skype, or phone numbers is only allowed if it is needed as part of the service. So, if you need someone's email to log into something, or you have to need their email login, whatever it may be for the service or whatever, I recommend doing one of two things. You can go like that, where you're putting a period in between each letter and splitting it up that way. That's a good little hack. That's also a good little hack when you're creating your gig descriptions and it says, oh, you've used too much of this word when you're trying to optimize something. You can get around it doing that way. Or if you need their contact info for whatever reason, you can ask them for it in a notepad and ask them to attach it in a notepad, so that way it's not going directly through Fiverr's messaging system. And I've never had any problems with that in my 3 years of being on Fiverr. Using the notepad always works. So, and you just upload that as an attachment right over here. Now, with that being said, you also can't use the word phone. It'll do the same thing. You also can't use the word, can you use pay? No, you can't use the word pay, and you can't use the word cash, I believe. No, you can use cash. You cannot use the word pay. So with that being said, that is just, and there may be one more. Yep, not allowed to use the word Skype either. So basically anything that would trigger contacting someone off of Fiverr outside of social media. Social media is totally fine because there's a lot of services that are focused around social media on Fiverr. But anything, Skype, phone, email, those are no-nos. Don't use those words, and don't use the word pay. Outside of that is pretty simple and straightforward. I'm trying to think if there's any situations where you would need, I don't think there's any situations where you need to contact people off of Fiverr. Because everything, the services, everything is here, and they want that because if anything happens, they want to know what's being said, right? So it's all through their system, and that way, if someone's harassing you or they're trying to get stuff for free, then support can see that and they can go ahead and issue refunds. Now, they're not going to issue refunds just off the bat, like you have to initiate that. But what I'm saying is, like, if you have a real problem, then they can go back and they can look at your messages and see what has been said and what has been done. And I know people, you never want to use foul language either. That's another thing. That should go without saying because it's just really unprofessional. However, I know what some customers are like and they can test you and push your buttons sometimes. But just, remain calm. Again, the good thing is you can get up, walk around, take a deep breath. You're working from home, hopefully, or wherever you are, but you don't have to deal with these people face to face. So if it feels, if it's just like, oh, I can't believe they're asking me this, I can't believe I have to re-explain myself, just, take a deep breath and know that this could be way worse. You might have to, if you were in another position or another job, you'd have to deal with these people face to face, and you couldn't be able to do those things. So it's just a message. No reason to curse or anything like that. And in fact, that could get you reported and banned. So you don't want to do that. Always be professional and take the high road. Touching on this just real quickly, Fiverr does make it really easy now. They've also implemented this within the past few years where you can insert your quick responses, and these are for delivery as well as otherwise. So you can use any of these things, and you can insert more at any time. Just go add new, and you can also edit these at any time or delete them or duplicate them. So that makes it really nice and easy. Life has gotten so much easier since Fiverr has implemented this. Before this came along, I had notepads saved where I'd have to go in my folders, and I have to pull up my notepads and copy and paste and put them in, and that did take a little bit of extra time. So this is really nice for you guys, and that's gonna save you a lot of hassle and headache, because as you deliver more services and people message you more often and have questions and things like that, you will know what some of these frequently asked questions are, so you can go ahead and create a quick response for that. And not only that, but now Fiverr actually allows you to go ahead and put an FAQ right inside of your gig description and listing. So that way, if you have people that are asking you the same questions all the time, just go ahead and put that FAQ in there, and then you won't get nearly as many messages for those things. So that is Fiverr's messaging system in a nutshell. You're going to be using this almost every day. And obviously you are going to be getting rated on how frequently you reply back, so how soon you reply back to messages, and the way around that, because when you are just getting started, you want to make sure that it's as quickly as possible. It doesn't have to be within the hour, but you don't want to let it go over 12 hours. So every 12 hours, you need to be checking all of your messages and replying back, because that matters for getting you more sales. And I can also speak from experience, because a few months ago, we went through a really big move. We changed states and we changed offices. And so I was off of Fiverr for a few months, and that did hurt my gig sales. However, I'm starting to make a little bit of a comeback now. And I just wanted you guys to know that, because the more active you can stay, the better it is all around. And a really easy way to do that is just keep your Fiverr window open throughout the day. So you can go do other things and then just reply back whenever you get messages, and that'll keep your response rates high, as well as your level of activity and your online activity high. So with that being said, let's move on to the next video and continue on this course.